Hey everyone, my name is Mason. I'm an academic advisor in the College of Social Work here at UK, and for just a little bit of time for yourself, just want to provide you an opportunity to come onto your mat if this is a type of modality of movement that you'd like to explore, just to get out of your chair, to move around a little bit, and hopefully feel better at the end of this next 30 minutes together. I will say as well that I do teach here in Lexington at a studio called Forum Modern Yoga, specifically on Tuesdays and Fridays. But if you're ever in the town or if you already live here as well, feel free to come and check us out. We'd love to have you. So from this point going forward, whenever you are ready, all you need for today's practice is just your practice space, wherever you may be, a mat, and let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and come into a prone position on our belly. So for the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to move with you. So just whatever I say, if it doesn't really land, of course, then you can just look up at the camera as well and kind of follow along. But go ahead and come onto your belly. And if you like the arms to be down by the side, or if you want to make a diamond shape with the hands as well, feel free to do so. Or if the arms feel comfortable, come out into a T shape or a cactus position. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable whenever you are ready. And the toes can be untucked, resting the left cheek or the right cheek, or maybe even the forehead on top of the hands. Cool. And when you settle in, you're welcome to close your eyes if you'd like to as well. Just allow this to be a starting point. Take this as an opportunity here to drop in, to settle into the space. And as you begin to breathe up and down your spine. And if you'd like to set an intention, a purpose, or a dedication for the next 30 minutes or so together, feel free to do so now. Cool. And when you are ready, if the arms are not there, let's go ahead and bring them out to a T shape. We're going to move through the pecs and the arms just a little bit here to bring some awareness into the position. So getting into the left pec first, let's go ahead and bend the right knee. And as you do, we're going to drive the right heel up towards the ceiling and step the right foot up and over and behind the left hip. You use the hand as a kickstand here. Maybe push the right hand into your mat just a little bit more if you're seeking a little bit more intensity, or if that feels nice, feel free to explore that. Wonderful. On your next exhale, go ahead and close the right foot back off the center. Readjust the right arm. Same thing into the right pec this time. So drive the left heel up towards the ceiling and step it up and over and behind. You can still rest the right ear on the floor here, but still use, if you'd like to, the left hand and push it into the mat to open the right shoulder. Wonderful. On your next exhale, go ahead and close it back off 2 more times on each side. Drive the right heel up towards the ceiling as you bend the right knee. Step it up and over and behind the left leg. Remember to breathe while we're here. And exhale, close it back off. Second time on the right shoulder. Bend the left knee, drive the left heel up and over. And work to open the left hip this time. Exhale, close it off. 1 more time each side. Bend the right knee, drive the right heel up and over. And exhale, close. Final time, final side, bend the left knee. Step it up and over and behind. Nice. And on your next exhale, go ahead and close it back off. Keeping the toes untucked, let's go ahead and bring the hands outside of your chest as if you're going to take a push-up. And gently press into the palms, lift yourself up, and come into your first tabletop of the practice. And as you come onto all fours, hands and knees here, just bring some awareness into the hands and into the wrists. So maybe take some circular motions of the shoulders over the hands and wrists. 2 to 3 times here in a clockwise motion. And then switch it up 2 to 3 times in a counterclockwise motion. And if you like to turn the fingers out to the edges of the mat and sway left to right, right to left might feel nice as well. And maybe even bring the fingers all around to face the knees to where the wrists are facing more forward. So press the palms into the mat, but gently rock and sway back and forward, forward and back. Cool. Next time that you bring the shoulders back over the hands and wrists, I'm going to give you two options here. Fingers can face forward, or if you would like to, if it's available to you, you can flip the fingers back around to face the knees. Just a couple rounds here through traditional cat-cow. So press the palms into the mat wherever you may be. Now on your next inhale, allow the heart and chest to pull through and up, allow the tailbone to lift. And exhale, really round and dome through the back here as you still press the palms into the floor. That's 2 more times just like that. Inhale, pull everything back through and up. And exhale, round. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale, we round. As you bring everything back to center, if the fingers were facing the knees, it's going to flip them back around. If you want to shake out the hands and wrists just for a moment, feel free to do so. But when you are ready, let's go ahead and come back into your traditional tabletop. Hands are underneath of our shoulders. Go ahead and step the right foot to the back of the mat, tuck the right toes under, followed by the left foot. Come into your first high plank. Nice. From here, still push the palms into the mat. But also think about reaching the top of the head forward as you drive the heels back. We're here for a count of 5. Remember to breathe through the moment, be in the moment as well for 3, for 2, on 1, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up in space. And as you arrive, go ahead and take your dog for a walk. Lift one heel, followed by the other. Bring some awareness into the back line of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. If you like to swivel the heels over to the left and linger there for a moment, feel free to do so. Maybe over to the right as well. And when you are ready, start to settle into the position. Press the palms down, lift the hips up. As you settle into downward facing dog, bring some awareness again back into the hands, push the palms down. Feel free to take a generous bend in the knees if you like to lift the hips up. Go on your next inhale, come up onto the tippy toes, lift your heels. And on your exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips down towards the heels. Perfectly fine if the knees start to lower down, but maybe to the best of your ability, start to hover the knees. Really think about touching the heels here with the glutes. On your next exhale, lift the hips back up. Then think about a wave crashing and moving into the shore as you spinal wave forward, move through the spine, arrive in high plank. Once you arrive in high plank, let's go ahead and toe heel the feet to about hips width distance apart. And start to shift your weight into the right palm, swivel the heels over to the right, and reach through the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Continue to push the right hand down, lift the left hip up a little bit higher. On the exhale, left hand comes back down, back to high plank. Feel free to readjust the toes if you need to. Take another inhale. On the exhale, swivel the heels over to the left. Shift your weight into the left hand, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling this time. Reach to the right fingertips. And on your next exhale, right hand comes back down, back to high plank. Wonderful. We're going to lower down to our bellies for a count of 5. If you want to lower down to the knees, as you lower, give yourself the grace and the ability to do so. We're lowering down for 4. Resist gravity to the best of your ability for 3, for 2. Lower all the way down on 1. As you untuck the toes, left hand will come to 10 o'clock, right hand will come to 2 o'clock. Going to come up onto the fingertips. And on your next inhale, think about reaching the heart and chest forward and out as we lift, cobra pose. Exhale, lower back down. Cool. This next time, think about getting 5% lighter in the fingertips, using the low back to find your lift as you rise. Exhale, lower. Cool. 3 more times just like that. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, low. Inhale, we rise. Think about bringing the shoulder blades closer together. Exhale, lower. I believe we have 2 more times. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, we rise. Exhale, lower. Everything back down. Wonderful. Keeping the toes untucked, arms will come down by the side. Just one time through Shaolin locust pose. So on your next inhale, think about relaxing the belly here, really using the low back to find the activation to lift. So start to reach through the fingertips, float the arms. Then reach through the tippy toes, float the legs. So reaching through the top of the head here. Again, the lift comes from the low back. So notice if you're pressing the belly in to find more height, relax the belly and then lift. We're here for 3. Reach through the fingertips for 2. Lower everything down on 1. And as you lower, Keeping the toes untucked, hands come back outside the chest, gently push up. And sit back to your heels into a Virasana position. So lots of what I teach here is really focused on movement, of course, but also being able to move efficiently from one end of the mat to the other. So one thing we want to do here to help us create that opportunity is through what we call flying integration. So what we'll do here first is keeping the shins and ankles together. Hands will come outside of the chest, outside of the knees. Press the palms down. We want to turn the fingers out to about 10 and 2 o'clock once again. We want to form a nice rainbow shape from the left hand over the knees to the right hand, or since we're here in Kentucky, an upside down horseshoe shape, if you will. So press the palms down. Think about keeping knees and ankles together. Take an inhale here to prepare. On your exhale, drive the knees up into the collarbone. Think about keeping the hips a little bit lower here than the knees. Gaze is down in between the hands. And even if you have an inch of lift or a foot of lift, just creating the activation of driving the knees into the collarbone is what we're searching for. Here for 3. For 2, lower down on 1. As you lower, hands will come back behind the hips, come up onto the fingertips, gentle squeeze of the glutes and just drive them forward. Just open everything back up here across the front of the body. And slowly lower everything back down. When you are ready, make your way back to downward facing dog. So hands will plant, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Cool. So from this position, let's keep it going. Inhale, right foot will lift, 3-legged dog. Listen carefully. Right foot to left thumb at the top of the mat. Keeping the back left leg lifted. Come up onto the fingertips if you'd like, and then bend into the right knee. Reach the heart and chest a little bit more forward. Now on your exhale, step the left foot behind the right. Hands, forearms, and elbows will come together. This is a little bit funky, I know, but inhale, we rise. Keep the hands together and drive them up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Hands will plant. Right foot stays where it is. Left foot to back right corner. I know this is funky. Bend back into the right knee, reach the heart and chest forward. And step the right foot in front of the left. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Keeping the feet where they are, come up onto the tippy toes. To the best of your ability, spinal weight forward once again into upward facing dog. Then bend the knees, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Same thing on the second side. Inhale, left foot lifts this time. At the bottom of your exhale, left foot to right thumb, top of the mat. Bend into the left knee. Come up onto the fingertips if you like. And step the right foot behind the left. Hands, forearms, elbows come together. And we drive and lift the fingertips up. Nice exhale, lower, back down. Hands will come down. Left foot stays where it is. Right foot to the back left corner this time. Bend back into the left knee. And step the left foot in front of the right. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Come up onto the tippy toes. Spinal way forward into upward facing dog. And bend the knees, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Just one more time on each side, just like that. Bring some unfamiliarity to the position. Right foot to left thumb, top of the mat. Reach the heart and chest forward. Step the left foot behind right. Maybe it's a little bit more familiar this time. Hands and forearms come together. We lift and drive. Exhale, forward fold. All the way back down. Hands will come down. Left foot to the back right corner. Bend into the right knee. Right foot steps in front of left. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Come up onto the tippy toes. Spinal wave forward. We've been here before. Downward facing dog. One more time. One more side. Inhale. Left foot lifts. Exhale. Left foot to right thumb. Top of the mat. Reach the heart and chest forward. Right foot steps behind the left. Hands come together. Lift the torso. Take the gaze up into the fingertips as you lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands will plant. Right foot to back left corner. Bend back into the left knee. And step the left foot in front of the right. Downward facing dog. As you arrive, keep pushing the palms down. Unravel the feet.
back to their original position. Let's take an inhale here together. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Cool. From this position, inhale. Right foot lifts, three-legged dog. At the bottom of your exhale, right foot once again to the left thumb. This time, lower the back left knee. If you need to toe heel the right foot a little bit closer to the left edge of the mat, feel free to do so. Then work to lower the right shin. Maybe you lower it just a couple inches. Maybe it lowers all the way down to the mat. Wherever you are is where you are today. And feel free to come up onto the fingertips or plant the palms. If you have blocks at home, you want to come up onto blocks or even books, you can use some of those as well to help create more space and bring the floor closer to you. So coming into this half pigeon shape, if this is really available and you want to lower down to the forearms, you're welcome to. We'll just be here for a couple seconds, or feel free to stay upright and linger in this position. Cool. From here, go ahead and tuck the back left toes under. We're going to lift the right shin back up to center. As you do, toe heel the right foot, this time to the right edge of the mat. Lower the left knee, then pull the right hip back to straighten the right leg. Rock up onto the right heel, come into your half splits. Again, as always, come up onto the fingertips if you like. Might make it more available to create a long spine. As you rock up onto the right heel, pull the right hip back. Now, so re-engage the bend in the front right knee, plant the right foot. As the hands plant, we'll tuck the back left toes. This time, we're going to swivel the back left heel down. Think about keeping the torso low. Right hand can stay down if that's available, or right elbow to right knee. Left arm reaches up and over. Reach to the fingertips. Come into your extended side angle pose. So as you reach to the left fingertips, still root down through the outside edge of the left foot. Cool, take another inhale here. Exhale. Torso will square off with the mat. Come back to the tippy toes of the left foot, and then pull the right hip back to straighten the right leg this time. Hands are underneath of our shoulders. Again, feel free to come up on top of the tippy toes. Modified pyramid. Then work to re-engage the bend in the front right leg. Hands will plant. Step the right foot to the back of your mat into this high plank position. Listen carefully. Take a single push-up. Welcome to lower down to the knees, or just skip the push-up. It's entirely your choice. But feel free to look at the screen here. Hands will stay where they are. Lower down to the knees. Again, hands stay where they are. Lower down to the forearms as you sit the hips back. Look long to the top of your mat as you pull your heart and chest through to upward facing dog. Then tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Same thing on the second side. Inhale. Left foot lifts. Exhale. Left foot to right thumb. Again, feel free to toe heel the left foot over to the right edge of the mat if you like. Lower the back right knee and work through that left hip. Work to lower it perhaps, or keep it hovering. Hands can stay down on top of books, blocks, or fingertips. Give yourself the grace. This side might be a little bit different than the first side too. So if you like to linger a little bit longer in the upright position before folding over, feel free to do so. And if you did fold over, let's go ahead and walk the hands back underneath of our shoulders to lift the torso. Tuck the back right toes, straighten the right leg. Lift the left shin, and toe heel the left foot over to the left edge of the mat. Lower the right knee. Pull the left hip back in space this time as you rock up onto the left heel. Again, think long spine here as you reach the heart and chest forward. And as you re-engage the bend, hands will plant, left foot plants. Tuck the back right toes if you haven't done so already. And straighten the right leg, swivel the right heel down. Option here too, keep the left hand down or lift the torso as you keep it low. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm utitas or extends up and over the head here. Allow the right shoulder to come up into the right ear. So reach for space, reach for length. And exhale, square the torso off. Hands will plant. Come back to the tippy toes of the right foot and then pull the left hip back. Modified pyramid on this second side.
So as you pull the left hip back, think about reaching longer through the spine. Then re-engage the bend. Hands will plant. Step the left foot back, high plank. Here's the option to take the push-up, modify on your knees, or skip the whole thing. Entirely your choice. If you're feeling good, you want to knock out 3, feel free to do so, but hands will plant. Knees will plant. Lower down to the forearms, sit your hips back towards your heels, and pull yourself through to upward facing dog. And cruise on back. Downward facing dog. Last little bit of effort here, then we'll start to bring everything down. Just one time through this little flow on each side. So inhale, right foot will lift, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right foot to right thumb this time. As the right foot lowers, start to hover the back left knee about 1 inch or so off the mat. Keep it there, then inhale, we rise. If you want to lower the back left knee, perfectly good space to be. But hovering the left knee to the best of your ability, arms will come up as you reach through the fingertips. Let's take an inhale here together. Exhale, arms come out in front of us here, parallel with the ground. We're going to imagine as if we have a bow in our hand. Bow is going to be in the left hand. String is going to be in the right. We're going to pull the string back as you open up and twist to the right. So reach the right fingertips back. Reach the left fingertips forward. Cool. Take an inhale here. Exhale, left hand will plant down to the mat. Think about rolling to the outside edges of both feet as you step the right foot to the back of the mat. Your variation of side plank. So right foot can land on top of left. It can land in front of left, or you can lower the left shin down. And all these are options. One is not required more than the other. But wherever you may be, right foot's gonna land to the top right corner of the mat. From this position, square the torso off, inhale, we rise. Crescent lunge, just a gentle, subtle bend this time in the back left knee, but bend into the front right leg. So I'll take another inhale here together. Very nice. On the exhale, arms stay up, lower down to the left knee. Arms come back out in front. This time, we're going to twist open with the left knee lower down to the mat. And as the right arm reaches back, option to stay here or reverse. Where left hand will reach up and over. Option to cradle the back of the head with the left hand. Also option to reach back for the left heel with the right hand. But keep the bend in the front right leg. Remember to breathe while you are here. Here for 3, for 2, slow and controlled on 1. Lift the torso back up. We're gonna stay in the twist. As the left hand comes down, tuck the back left toes, straighten the left leg. Shift your weight into your right foot. Left hand again is on top of fingertips or blocks as you shift your weight forward into the right leg. Right hand can come to your right glute, but think about peeling the chest open here to the right. Coming into this revolved half moon position. If you fall out of it, just give yourself the grace to laugh at yourself and then just come right back into it. Cool, slow and controlled. Left foot lowers, hands will plant. Right foot goes to the sky. 3-legged dog. 3-legged dog, shift your weight forward. Right knee will come across the chest. Make a point of contact with the right knee and the left tricep and step the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here, shake the head yes, shake the head no if you'd like to. The root back down through the palms. One more time. One more side. Inhale. Left foot lifts. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Start to hover the back right knee or lower it, your choice. Wherever you may be today, arms come up. Double bent leg lunge. Still rooting down to the left foot, take an inhale. And exhale, arms come out in front. This time the bow is in the right hand, string is in the left. Pull the string back, twist open to the left. Reach the fingertips in opposite directions. Take another inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Plant the right hand down, roll to the outside edges of both feet, and step the left foot back. Again, your variation of side plank, preferably the same that it was on the first.
Remember to push the right hand down, lift the left hip up. Then left foot will step to the top left corner of the mat. As it plants, lower the back right knee. Inhale, we rise. Anjaneyasana, low lunge this time. Reach into the fingertips. The arms come back out. Pull the string back with the left hand. Reach through the fingertips in opposite directions and reverse. Again, welcome to stay in just the twist. Right hand can cradle the back of the head, or left hand can reach back for the right heel this time. But worry more about the foundations of the position and not compromising the bend in the front left knee. So worry more about foundations, less about aesthetic. And on your next inhale, lift everything back up. Right hand plants. We're gonna stay in the twist. Tuck the back right toes, straighten the right leg. Walk the right hand a little bit more forward. His left hand comes to your glute. Shift your way into the left foot. Revolved half moon on this second side. Think about peeling the chest open to the left. And slowly, to the best of your ability, re-engage the bend in the left leg. Right foot plants. Hands come down. Left foot steps back. If you have a vinyasa you'd like to work through, you're welcome to take it or just skip it. Downward facing dog when you are ready, and settle in. Cool. Last little push here. Dolphin pose if it is in your practice. And from downward facing dog, welcome to lower one forearm down, followed by the other, or maybe challenge yourself with both at the same time. So as forearms plant, you're welcome to bring palms together to a prayer, interlace fingers, or if you have a block, you can bring your hands to the outside of the block and press the palms in towards one another. Feel free to do so. But wherever you like to take the hands is your choice. Then lift the hips. As you drive the forearms down, think about lifting the hips. Maybe toe, heel, or walk the feet up a little bit further forward. Gazes in between the forearms here for 3. For 2. Lower everything down on 1. Again, just because I'm doing it does not have to mean that you have to do it. Just want to give you the option, especially if you want to come back to this multiple times in the future too. It will always be there to see where you can go throughout the practice and the movement. Wonderful. When you are ready, let's go ahead and straighten the legs around to the front of the mat, whether it's to the left or to the right. Maybe pitter-patter out the legs just for a moment here. Then sit up tall. Arms going to come back out in front of us once again. We're going to lower down to our back for a count of 5. For 4. For 3. 2. On 1, lower everything down. And as you lower everything down, go ahead and bend the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice embrace here. If you're feeling a little bit playful and you want to sway left to right, right to left, let's take a moment here to massage the back of the spine. And then one symmetrical back bend just to round everything out, to bring everything back to center. So your choice if wheel poses in your practice. I'm only going to offer a bridge from this viewpoint, but feel free to take your back bend wherever you like to. But bridge pose, setting the feet up about hips width distance apart, and almost bringing the heels a little bit closer to the glutes to where you could potentially touch the heels or the Achilles with the fingertips. Then press the palms and the forearms down. Squeeze the glutes together because the glutes are the main extender of the hips. And then drive and lift. Remember to breathe here as you press the feet down. Welcome to interlace hands together underneath of your tailbone. Might allow you to get on top of the shoulders just a little bit more easily. Remember to breathe here for 5. For 4. 3, 2. Lowest count. Slowest count that is to 5 on 1. To lower everything down is more like a 10 count. But when you are ready on your exhale, hips will lower. And as you lower everything down, keep the left foot where it is. Right ankle will come up on top of the left knee. Supine figure 4. Interlace of the hands back behind the left hamstring. Then work to bring the legs in closer to the chest. Use this as an opportunity here to slow the breath. Back down, deeper inhales. Longer and connected exhales. And keeping the right ankle on top of the left leg. Left foot will plant. Twist open Drop the hips and legs over to the left. Arms can come out to a T shape or to a cactus shape, your choice. On your next inhale, hips and legs will come back up the center. And just change out the legs. So staying on the back, right foot plants, left ankle on top of right knee. Interlace the hands back behind the right hamstring this time. And a gentle pull into the torso with the hands. Remember to breathe. And when you are ready, lower the right foot down. Left ankle stays on top of right leg. Arms come back out to the T, or a sad T if you will, or to a cactus shape. Hips and legs will drop over to the right. Welcome to take the gaze up towards the ceiling or over to the left, your choice. And slowly bring the hips and legs back up the center. Bend the knees back into the chest one final time. Give yourself one nice embrace, coming back into a more introverted position and shape. And when you are ready, let the legs go long, let the arms go long. And you can take up as much or as little space on or off your mat as you would like. And let any lingering heat or energy from the practice and the movement to leave your body. Let gravity take full effect here. Go ahead and close the eyes if that feels comfortable. And coming to your final resting position, this is where I will leave you for this time together. And you're welcome to stay in this position as long as you'd like to. But let everything hang heavy. Allow yourself to be calm. Allow yourself to be quiet. Allow yourself to be content from your movement. And let everything go. It's coming into your final resting position. Again, feel free to stay here as long as you like. It's been a pleasure sharing space with you. I'll see you next time. Peace.